good. Gunna! Baga.
Voilà, là on est bien.
On look here?
Don't knock me down, bro.
Sorry. I apologize. Gunna, you're the best, bro.
Yeah.
How was the show?
Great.
You're the best, bro. Enjoy.
Okay, so listen, I need you to stop whatever you're doing right now because Gunna and Bree video went viral on Instagram and people have a lot of opinions and comments regarding this viral post. So I am here to break down every single comment in this video, all for you guys, so that you do not miss a single thing about Gunna and his new girlfriend, Brianna Monique. So here is what happened. Gunna, the rapper, was spotted out in what appears to be Paris or somewhere equally luxurious in Europe, walking through the streets at night with his girlfriend Brianna Monique. Brianna is a beauty and lifestyle content creator who built her following through makeup tutorials, fashion content, and hair care videos. In the video that went viral on Instagram, Brianna is walking in front, Gunna is behind her, and his bodyguard appears to be leading the way. Brianna was wearing a low-cut dress that showed significant cleavage, and people on the internet saw this and immediately had very strong feelings. The comments section exploded into what felt like 3 completely separate conversations happening at the same time. And what started as a simple celebrity couple walking through a street turned into a full-blown debate about relationships, respect, body autonomy, gender roles, and what it actually means to love someone in public. Now, the most supported comment in the entire section came from someone who broke down the walking formation and said the bodyguard is first, Brianna is in the middle, and Gunna is behind her, and that is the correct order because that is what protection actually looks like. That one comment reframed the whole conversation instantly. Right behind that, another person jumped in and said she looks absolutely incredible and that this is exactly the kind of dress you wear when you are out with your man. Full stop, no debate needed. Someone else backed that up even harder and said there is no off day for this woman. She is always completely on point, and people agree. ED with that in massive numbers too. But then, and this is where it gets interesting, another person came in with a completely different read and said she has been dressing a little too exposed lately and that this is not normally her personality because she is usually classy and conservative. That person pointed out that Gunna himself was still dressed conservatively, and they said they did not know what was going on, but something felt very different this time. That comment opened a door that a lot of people walked right through. One person followed up saying no man who truly respects his woman would let her walk out with her cleavage on display like that, especially in what they called an unflattering way. Someone else said simply, have more self-respect, and left it right there. Now, while all of that was going on, a whole other group of people had a completely different reaction, and they were not interested in policing anyone's outfit at all. One person wrote that she is so beautiful, and that comment got hundreds of likes almost immediately. Someone else said she is naturally beautiful with real hair, and they were genuinely just celebrating her existence. Another person wrote that her face alone is enough to stop the conversation entirely, saying her face is tea, even if they were not fans of the specific dress. And then someone with a very popular comment said something that really cut through all the noise, writing that the women attacking her in these comments are pressed because she is beautiful, she looks amazing, and the level of commentary says more about the people commenting than it does about her. While that debate was raging, another group had decided the real conversation was about Gunna's positioning in the video and what that said about him as a man. One person wrote a very long comment explaining that people do not understand body language and protection, saying a real man walks behind his woman not because she is the prize, but because he is the protector, and from behind he can see everything coming at her. But then someone else came in from the opposite direction and wrote that she should never be walking in front of Gunna because he is the celebrity, not her, and the camera should be on him, not all in her face, and his fans came to see him, not her. The response to that one was basically one word from someone else who said, grown man, period. Someone added that Gunna is comfortable enough in himself to let his lady be led by security while he watches her back, and that is not weakness, that is awareness, because everyone already knows he is the celebrity and he does not need to prove anything to anybody. Another person said they love how he treats her and that she looks like an absolute goddess, and it is clear he treats her with immense respect. And then, right next to it, someone wrote that she is a girlfriend for hire, only there for cameras and a temporary lifestyle, and no man who actually respects a woman would allow her to walk out looking like that. That comment started its own little firestorm in the replies, and people were going back and forth for hours. Now here is where the real twist comes in, and this changes how you see the whole thing completely. One person who had clearly done their research came in and said that Brianna Monique is not just some random girl on Gunna's arm. She is a beauty and lifestyle creator from Virginia who built her entire platform around luxury living, fashion, and being what she described as a visual tastemaker. She has hundreds of thousands of followers who track her style and her life. She was already known. She already had a lane. This relationship did not create her. She existed long before it. And that one piece of context reframes every single comment that tried to reduce her to just a girlfriend. Because if she was already building this aesthetic, already living this lifestyle, already creating this content, then who she is in that video is not new. It is completely consistent with who she has always been. Someone made a comment that stung a little, writing that she looks like a carbon copy of light-skinned influencers and comes across as a more overstyled version of another famous woman, implying she borrowed someone else's entire identity. But someone pushed back on that immediately and said she is gorgeous, but always looks great, full stop. Another person said she needs to wear a different designer, suggesting her styling choices were off. And then someone came in to end the whole conversation by saying, why do people care this much about two people they do not even know personally? That comment hit differently, because by that point the section had thousands and thousands of replies. One comment that felt like it came from a place of genuine warmth said that she is so beautiful and they miss her from her YouTube days, which tells you that before all of this, before the viral video, before the celebrity relationship, there were people who already loved watching her just be herself online. And that might honestly be the most important thing anyone said in the whole entire comment section, because it reminds you that she was somebody before all of this circus started. What this moment really exposes is a tension that keeps showing up in how the internet talks about women in the public eye. On one hand, people celebrate confidence, they celebrate style, they celebrate a woman who looks good and knows it. But the second that same woman steps into a public space with a famous man, suddenly her clothing becomes everyone's business, her walking position becomes a referendum on his character, and her choices become a test of whether she even deserves to be there at all. The men in these comments were mostly focused on whether Gunna was showing enough authority. The women were split almost perfectly down the middle between defending her and questioning her, and nobody stopped to ask whether she was simply just a woman who got dressed, went out with her man, and had a good night in Paris. So here is what I want to know from you. Do you think the internet went too far this time, or is the commentary fair game when you are a public figure walking those streets? Drop your honest opinion in the comments below, because I genuinely want to know where you stand on this one. And before you go, just remember this one thing. Brianna Monique existed before this video, before this relationship, before any of these comments. She built something real on her own, and the internet has a very short memory, but the people who built something real always outlast the noise. Always. Think about that and subscribe, because you already know exactly why.
You're best, bro. Enjoy your night.